Hello and welcome back to the season 4 of the GPRO F1 Challenge. I can't even remember what the thing's called. 2002 GPRO F1 Championship. Season 5. 4. We're in 4. Not season 5 yet. Bigger, better than ever. Hopefully. And I have no idea who's going to be the quickest. So your guess is as good as mine. Hopefully we'll have a good race, especially the fact it's in Great Britain. So at the moment, Giancarlo Fisichella, who's the quickest. I'm expecting really close results for all the drivers, to be honest, because a lot of the cars and drivers are going to be the same. So we shall soon see. A few new drivers are dotted around. Mika Hakkinen returns to McLaren. We've got double Pedro Diniz has replaced Luciano Berti in Jaguar, and that's about it, I think. I can't remember if there's another driver change. Not that I can think of at the moment. If there has been another driver change, I will soon let you know. Might have been a change with Toyota. No, not Toyota, BAR. But none of the BAR are in the top 20. So we have no idea. So it's going to be Michael Schumacher. It looks like he's going to be on pole position unless anyone can beat that time for 125.8. Diniz is not going to beat that time. Is Alonso going to beat that time? He's not even going to come out, is he?
5 minutes left of the session.
No, Alonso is going to stay on 9 laps. So it's going to be Michael Schumacher on pole, Kimi Räikkönen in second, Coulthard third. Montoya, the champion, is in fourth. And that is pretty much it. So we are going to race. 16 drivers participating in qualifying. Arrows and BAR have penalties. They're both going to start from the back of the grid, and we are ready for the race. We are preparing the cars. Here are all the cars. The grid has formed up ready to take to the start. Watch out for the lights. And we are racing! That looks like a good start for Räikkönen. Is he going to take the lead from turn 1? No, Montoya makes a little mistake. It looks like all the cars are going to get through turn 1 though. It's Michael Schumacher in the lead, Räikkönen second. That's the McLaren in third, Coulthard in fourth, Montoya. All the top 4 all remain the same. So Webber, Alonso, Diniz, Young, Sato, and the rest of the drivers all going down the grid. Frentzen, Panis, Mazzacane. So there's not actually another driver change. So it looks like Ralf Schumacher's already passed one of the Jordans. Frentzen's trying to get past the other Jordan. I think the Jordan will be... I'm not actually sure which of the Jordans that is. It is Schumacher's though. Still leading. Räikkönen behind for company. Räikkönen's being passed by Coulthard. Round Stowe. No, he isn't. Coulthard remains behind Räikkönen. Montoya is behind, and that is a pass for position there. Fisichella passing Button, it looks like. Fisichella, Button, Barrichello directly behind Button. Got a lazy behind them. Only the top 8 score points. Ralf Schumacher looks like is out of the race already. He's made a mistake somewhere. He had a really good start as well. So I wonder what has happened to him. Is Button going to make an overtake of Fisichella? So sector 2 retirement might be a club. There's Schumacher trying to get past De La Rosa. Is this going to be a Constantina effect? Round the corner they go, and it is De La Rosa as well. So old rival, and there's a pile up. The old rivals crashing into each other. Ralf Schumacher and De La Rosa. It's already put them behind. Ralf Schumacher, that's his second retirement in as many races after not retiring for so many races. There's Michael Schumacher though, leading still, with Raikkonen in second. Coulthard is in third. And we're just on board with Michael Schumacher as they go around Maggots and Beckett's. Raikkonen in the Sauber, not close enough to Michael Schumacher to make any headway at all, unless he can outbrake the German, which he cannot. Coulthard is in third in the McLaren. Fourth is Juan Pablo Montoya. Last season is champion. He is. In fact, the two people that retired are the season 1 and season 2 champions, so there's only one champion left on the grid at the moment. So, top 4 all pulling away from Jenson Button in 5th place. Jenson Button's probably blocking everyone behind him. Fisichella half a second behind the Brit in the Jordan. Round Priory into Woodcote, down towards Luffield now. Fisichella in 6th in the Renault. There is Luffield. They've actually got quite a bit of a gap to Barrichello. This is where the train's happening. Is Barrichello holding everyone up. A lazy looking down the inside at Luffield. Round Woodcote. It's Brooklyn's, not Woodcote. The corner I got wrong. A lazy going to go for the overtake at Barrichello. Not at Copse. Pretty impressed if he even gets past round Maggots and Beckett. Hakkinen 13th, Sato 14th, Frentzen 15th, Masakane 16th, Pani 17th, and Damon Hill is in last. Diniz looking to find a way past Alonso. This is not even going to be for points anymore. The final points position is being occupied by Barrichello and Alesi. Alesi's just overtaken Barrichello. So Barrichello is now the last point scorer at the moment. Down round Club. Hakkinen 13th. Sato's in 14th. Matsukane gets back past Frentzen 15th. 16th is Frentzen. Can't make any gains at the moment from the back of the grid. Panis 17th, Hill 18th. There you go, final 2 drivers at the moment. 2 retirements at the moment. I don't think we're going to see many more retirements unless other people crash to each other. Michael Schumacher leads the British Grand Prix. Coulthard, the Brit, is in 2nd place. He's actually overtaken Raikkonen. Schumacher with the fastest lap of the race. 4th, Montoya. And we are on board with Raikkonen. Coulthard, this is how got past Raikkonen. Raikkonen very wide round Copse, and that is as cool as you like. Coulthard overtakes Raikkonen into 2nd place. Former teammates was Coulthard and Raikkonen. Raikkonen down to Stowe. We're on board with Montoya now. He's not really close. Mika Hakkinen has now lost a wheel. Don't actually recall. There was a lot of fighting going on in that midfield, so I'm not surprised that someone's lost a wheel back there. Not sure who it is against though. In fact, it's Matsukane So 2 of the drivers that had grid penalties are both retired. We'll see a replay of that soon, but Raikkonen's still trying to attack Coulthard, letting Schumacher get away. Raikkonen going to go past Coulthard? No. And there's not really much overtaking at Brooklands. Montoya looking down the inside of Raikkonen? No. Montoya going to have a go at Raikkonen. Or we could have a freeway there, but no, Luffield. Raikkonen's going to make the move, stick on Coulthard. Is Montoya going to follow through? No, he isn't. And that is pretty much settled. Schumacher with the fastest lap of the race. So Mazzacane and Hakkinen crashed into each other. There's the replay. Here's the replay. So what happened here? This is during the midfield fight. Is this going to be Hakkinen slows down, and that is a reminiscence of the accident between Ralf Schumacher and De La Rosa. Mazzacane again sucked it into Hakkinen's line, and both of them put into retirement, and didn't see that much of that last season. So to see it already twice in this race, maybe it's going to be a new occurrence this season with closer cars, loads more tyres being thrown up into the air. Raikkonen now is in second place still. Coulthard third. Under pressure from Montoya though. Top 4 all pulled away from 5th place to Button, who's pretty much on his own. You can see the guys in front, but he's not making any headway. It's Fisichella who's on his own. He's got a 10-second gap either side of him, and he's pretty much smack bang in the middle. 5 seconds between both cars. Barrichello's in 7th. Lazy's going down the inside of Barrichello. Oh, he's going around the outside. That's going to be a very brave move for Lazy, but he cannot make a stick. But he's got a fantastic drive off of club. But they're going to take the line and no, they ain't. Lazy's down the inside at Abbey. Is he going to make the move stick before Bridge? No, he isn't. Lazy's having a little look as well in towards Priory, and Lazy has made the move stick into Priory, and that is another place for Lazy. Michael Schumacher with another fastest lap of the race. Barrichello is in 8th, 9th is Webber, 10th Diniz, 11th from the back of the grid is Frentzen, 17th Frentzen started, Webber 9th, Diniz 10th, Nitz in the Jaguar. Webber makes a small mistake as Diniz going to capitalise on that small mistake from Webber. Round Maggots and Beckett for the 6th time. Frentzen under pressure from Diniz. Frentzen putting Diniz under pressure, I should say. And now we're down the Hanger Straights. Frentzen going to make the move on Diniz. He's got a fantastic run off of Chapel. Round down towards Stowe. He's going to keep around the outside. That means he might make a move at Vale. Young has the perfect position. This is Young, and that's another wheel off. Oh, that's a big accident. That's a massive accident. 4 drivers out in one corner. It's Barrichello, the innocent driver, in all that. I think Webber's out as well. And that's another crash between the Arrows and the Jaguar. Both Arrows and both Jaguars are out. So what's happened here? So there's a little touch from there, and that's just, I don't even know what happened there. Frentzen must have been caught out by Diniz. Let's have a look here. So Diniz must have broken. Frentzen's already on the grass trying to take avoiding action. There's the accident. Frentzen goes flying into the... Oh, he's just missed the turn sign. And then Frentzen piles straight into the back of Webber. Diniz straight into the back of Barrichello. And that's 4 drivers out in one... We've got 12 drivers left already. It's Demolition Derby's survival of the fittest. We have 4 drivers left. 4 drivers left? 12 drivers left. And 8 retirements in the first 6 laps. All of them from accidents. I'm not sure what to say. Alonso going down the inside of Panis. You gotta be careful, boys, otherwise you might have an accident. Bumper cars in start of season 4. And now we're going to calm down and watch the rest of the race. Hopefully we still see action despite the fact there's only 12 drivers left. The BAR of Panis is the last driver to start at the back of the grid remaining. But there's no Barrichello track. Barrichello's basically caused all this by holding everyone up. Essentially. Button round turn 8. Round club. Down towards Coulthard and Raikkonen still battling out at Abbey. Coulthard, Michael Schumacher, Ferrari ready in the pits. Michael Schumacher's the only Ferrari left, so it's going to be for him. So is he on a 2-stop or a 3-stop? Not entirely sure. But into the pits goes the German, braking to 80 kilometers an hour. Schumacher, the race leaders in the pits. Coulthard will take hold of the lead. And we're going to stay on board with Schumacher. How much fuel is going to be put into that Ferrari? Fisichella going past. The lasers are going to go past, presumably. It might not actually. Schumacher comes out in 6th. There is a lazy. And it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful sound of the V10 Ferrari howling down towards the sound of the Renault of Fisichella howling down towards Stowe. We're on board now with the leaders Button, Montoya, Raikkonen and Coulthard. All still battling it out. Raikkonen down the inside of Coulthard. Doing Raikkonen. Oh, that's very close to wheel-to-wheel contact. Raikkonen looking left, looking right at David Coulthard. Down the inside of Raikkonen, and Raikkonen will take the lead. Will Montoya follow through? It's being pushed, hung out to dry by Coulthard. It's still around the outside is Montoya. Who's going to get the best exit? It is Coulthard, but Montoya is not giving up yet. He's about to get towards Copse. Copse is a popular overtaking spot for the drivers. There's small contact, no wheels lost though. Now they're going through maggots and baggots. Lap 9 of 24. We're a third of the race in currently. We expect the 2 stops to pits around about now between 7 and I reckon 10, 11. 11 might be pushing it into a 1-stop. But round Stowe goes Montoya. Heavy braking round Club down towards Abbey for the 9th time. Is Montoya going to have a little look at overtaking Coulthard? No, because Coulthard defends the line quite well. Round Bridge. Round Priory. Toyota getting ready in the pits and Jordan. So it looks like it's going to be both Montoya and Button getting into the pits. But the 2 cars that have only got 2 cars left. They've got 2 cars left in the race. Coulthard looking down the inside of Raikkonen. Montoya's going to go diving right into the pits. And Button is going to follow him. The Season 3 Constructors' Championship. Coulthard, fastest lap of the race so far. Montoya jinks into his pit box to be serviced by his Toyota mechanics. That is Fisichella going past. Where is Michael Schumacher? There he is. It's a lazy right behind Schumacher as well. Panis going to come out where Alonso is. Montoya. Oh, and Alonso's just ahead. So it's line astern with the two Toyotas and the two Minardis. As Alonso does a sensible thing and lets Montoya go past. This is battle for 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. Alonso down round Stowe. Young, Sato. It's the two Jordans, those pretty much Noah's Ark effects here. Coulthard, Sauber both getting ready in the pits for their two drivers of Coulthard and Raikkonen. They've had the advantage of 1 lap. Surely that will get them in front of Montoya. But Montoya was let past Coulthard into the pits. Raikkonen right behind. The change of all 4 tyres for the two drivers. Former teammates at McLaren a few seasons ago. That is Fisichella going past Coulthard. It's out, so is a Raikkonen, so no change of position there. They might even get in front of Michael Schumacher at this rate. There is Michael Schumacher. There's a lazy. Panis is coming around the corner as well. Where is the Toyota? Coulthard. Oh, he had to take avoiding action there. And now Raikkonen has got the momentum that Coulthard doesn't have, being caught up in the BAR. And luckily Coulthard has gotten away with it. So it's going to be Coulthard. Net second, Raikkonen net third. Montoya is quite far back in the net 4th place. Raikkonen go dive bomb down the inside of Coulthard. Nearly, there's a little bit of contact there between Coulthard and Raikkonen. Down towards Vale and Club. Not a real overtaking spots there. Panis 4th. A lazy 3rd. Schumacher's directly behind in 2nd place. He's the net leader, is the German. Down towards Bridge for the 11th time. Michael Schumacher in the Ferrari. And your current race leader, Giancarlo Fisichella, in the Renault. Got 8.7 gap to Michael Schumacher in the Ferrari, who's got a lazy and Panis for company. Panis could have gone. No, he didn't. A lazy goes super wide though to give the advantage to Panis. Panis is ahead now. Panis ahead of a lazy. Round Maggots, round Beckett's. Raikkonen 5th place in the Sauber. 6th behind him is Coulthard. There is Coulthard. 7th is Montoya. 8th Alonso. The two Toyotas are still fighting it out. Alonso's still not giving up position at the moment. Young has just dive bombed down the two Toyotas. That'd been an excellent move if he managed to top that off. He's taken it, and now he's just gone slow, and Alonso's retook the position back from Sato. Down towards Abbey. Young's not going to have an overtake there. No. BAR ready in the pits. It's going to be for Panis. He's the only BAR left in the race. Sato's in 10th. The two Jordans behind, the Button and Hill. They're both fighting each other for 11th and 12th. No points scored for 11th and 12th. Fisichella still leads, not pitting yet. So Fisichella assumably is on the 1-stop. I've assumed that all the drivers are still out on 1-stops now. There might be if 1 or 2 more 2-stops scattered around, but I presume they're all on 1-stops. So change of all 4 tyres for the Frenchman of Panis. Dropped off the jacks. They're still refueling him, still refueling him, still refueling. And away goes Panis. He's definitely on that one stop. And he rejoins in last place. There we are. Hill, Button going around Maggots and Beckett's. Looks like there was a change of position there. I don't even know that. There might be Alonso going past Montoya, which will not please the Season 3 champion, but there's even team orders there at Toyota. Hill dives down the inside of Button. Renault's in the pits. It's got to be for Fisichella, the race leader currently. Sato 9th. Young trying to overtake Alonso, has overtaken Alonso. Alonso's down to 8th. The final point is currently Alonso's. A lazy third. Michael Schumacher second. Fisichella takes to the pit lane. He's definitely on a one stop. Slow it down to 80 kilometers per hour. On that 14 out of 24. Schumacher there. Lazy's taking the fastest lap of the race. That's remarkable. All the cars are going past now. Fisichella 12.1 second pit stop. That's going to be enough to down to Maggots and Beckett says that's through the ground. Sato, Alonso 7th, Young 6th in the Minardi, and Montoya 5th in Toyota. Coulthard 4th, looking down the inside of Raikkonen. Is he going to make the move stick? No. Now we're on board with Coulthard. Going towards Abbey. I don't actually know where Fisichella came out. It might still be in front. No, it might be Mr. Laser's in front of these two. Fisichella came out much further back. Minardi ready in the pit. I don't even know who that's for because both of them are still around. Coulthard. Round. Is he going to have a look down the inside of Raikkonen? These are battling all races. They're inevitably going to end up with a crash because Raikkonen involved. Though Raikkonen has not been the problem maker of crashes. It was Bertie. It's Sato that's lost a wheel now. I told you there was going to be another accident. The Minardis and the Toyotas are all very close together. Young into the pits. It looks like it was Alonso. Alonso was involved in that. There's the 9th. Don't tell me there's 9 drivers left. Young 9th. Arno Panis behind in 10th, so there is 10 drivers still. So it looks like it's Alonso and Sato involved in the accident. We shall soon see where that was. There, here we go. We're on the replay. It's very close between Young and Montoya. So Alonso tries going around the outside of Young. And, ooh, that is a tough call there. It looks like Alonso is trying to take avoiding action from Young. And that is Fisichella coming up. So it looks like Alonso is taking avoiding action and Sato is just unsighted. So we are down to 10. It's literally survival of the fittest. 10 drivers remain in this British Grand Prix. 10 laps to go. Montoya's in 5th. Coulthard. This is going to inevitably end up in a crash, surely. These two are fighting hammer and tongs at the moment between Coulthard and Raikkonen. Lazy's going into the pits now. That's going to be for his one and only stop. Both Renaults one stopping this race. So it'll be interesting to see where they end up in comparison to Michael Schumacher. Michael Schumacher's a pit stop ahead of Lazy and he's going to have the fuel advantage. Coulthard and Raikkonen both go straight past Montoya. Also passes Fisichella we've got to keep an eye on. Where will Fisichella end up in all of this? It looks like the Ferrari team are actually ready for Michael Schumacher on the way around. Lazy is in front of Fisichella. Though Fisichella has hill for companies. Fisichella going to try around the outside. That is a brave move into Maggots. And Fisichella is ahead of Lazy. These three are very close together. This could get spicy rather quickly. Down towards Stowe. Lazy dives it down the inside of Fisichella. Is Hill going to do the same? No, got a huge snap of oversteer there. And no real overtaking place at Vale. Not really at Club as well. Only De La Rosa can overtake around the outside of Club. But it's Michael Schumacher into the pit lane. He's had one lap overcut on a Lazy come out right by his teammate. We can be heading for a complete utter showdown between Schumacher and the two Renaults. Raikkonen takes the lead, Coulthard second. The Jordan are button ready to be serviced. And off the jacks and still refueling, and away goes Michael Schumacher. He's going to be clearly in the lead. And then through the gears, it's going to be a 6-second lead. 5-second lead for Michael Schumacher. Juan Pablo Montoya in third. The two drivers, Coulthard, Raikkonen, right next to each other. Coulthard being pushed to dry by Raikkonen. Coulthard going down the inside at Vale. Can he go around the outside of Club? It's going to be a brave move if Coulthard can manage it. No, he takes foot off the gas and goes back behind Raikkonen. Both of these still having to make a pit stop though. Heavy braking to Abbey. Coulthard putting Raikkonen under, huge amount of pressure, round bridge, that's brave. That was a heart-stopping moment between Coulthard and Raikkonen. Round Brooklands and down towards Luffield. That is Coulthard going to go down the inside of Raikkonen. No, he isn't. It's as you are, Raikkonen leading. Going on to lap 18, Coulthard right behind the Finn. So the classification at the moment, Raikkonen leads, Coulthard in second. There's not much of a classification, there's only 10 drivers left. Montoya is into the pits. He might come out right by the Renaults, I reckon. Change of all, full tyres. Schumacher goes past. I think there are the Renaults. A Lazy Fisichella. That is another car that's just gone past us. Button and Montoya are going to be right by each other. This is going to be fireworks. Our rivals of season 3, both battling each other for the what would be 3 points. Round Chapel down the Hanger Straight. Button going to catch up, not really. Panis 8 seconds back. Young is also back. Young is Hill in last. Never thought I'd be saying 10th place is last place. And there are your list of shame. Alonso, Sato, Webber, Diniz, Barrichello, Frenson, Mazzacane, Hakkinen, Ralph Schumacher, and De La Rosa. Coulthard leads. He's overtaken Raikkonen somewhere on the track. Coulthard the fastest lap. These two are battling heavily. Coulthard and Raikkonen. I'm waiting for the inevitable. Coulthard loses a wheel. Same with Raikkonen loses a wheel. Both of these. Raikkonen was famed for crashing. McLaren just famed for crashing to begin regardless. Hopefully we'll still see a nice clean fight between these two. and we'll see no bickering. Coulthard keeping hold of the lead as they go around Vale, round Club, down towards Abbey. Raikkonen's got a really good exit off of Club. Is he going to send one down the inside of Abbey? The answer is yes, and that is Raikkonen back into the lead as they go around Bridge. That could be key because both teams are ready to service their cars. Round Brooklands. This is going to be a key pit stop. They want to get out in front of the Renaults, potentially in front of Michael Schumacher. Depends if they think 21 seconds is enough, as both Raikkonen and Coulthard enter the pit lane for the second and final time. 80 kilometers an hour. It seems like an eternity. Coulthard first in the box. Raikkonen also being serviced now. It's a change of all four tyres. Not going to be much fuel going into the car. That might be done in the fuel hose. Coulthard straight away out ahead of Raikkonen. It's a good stop from the McLaren boys. There goes Schumacher though. So Schumacher will hold on to the lead. And it looks like Fisichella, we're going to see a fight for the lead, it looks like. We are going to see a fight for the lead. The bout of 3 second gap between Raikkonen in third and Schumacher in the lead. We've always wanted to see a fight for the lead, especially for these past season. There wasn't much of a fight, but now Schumacher leads. Not been able to say that for quite a while, but Michael Schumacher leads in the Ferrari. Ferrari not won. I think they are the only team apart from Sauber that have not won a race in 3 seasons. They might, just maybe, break in their duck. Round Abbey for the 20th time. And then round Bridge. Very quick corner is Bridge. Fisichella fourth, still pushing, still trying to keep ahead of a lazy. 2 Renault drivers. No team orders in Renault, which is a good job because these two have been fighting hammer and tongue most of the race. Button is in 6th in the Jordan. He's got Montoya for company behind. There's quite a few close-knit battles. Montoya in 7th, Button right in front. Panis holding on to the last point in the race. I think he's got someone behind him though. Actually, he might not have anyone behind him. I think Panis is in a league of his own, because it'd be the Minardi of Young behind him. So, we're on board with Young. He is right behind Panis. Hill 10th is the Jordan. He's just gone round Cops. I don't know how close he is to. And we're going to see action here between Raikkonen and Coulthard. It's going to be a move for second. Yes, it is. Raikkonen takes second place from Coulthard. The battle that's going to be enraging for the rest of the race, I reckon. They are, by the looks of it, slowly catching up to Schumacher in the lead, a lazy behind Fisichella still. Round Abbey, Coulthard third. I'm on board with Coulthard now. This is the battle for the final, the 2 steps in the podium. Battle between 8 and 6 points. It could be key if they're both in the title fight, which they might be. Third, Coulthard, second, Raikkonen. Round Cops. Down towards Maggots and Beckett's. There is the top 5 that was briefly all on one screen. We haven't had a close finish in Britain like this since Season 2. Where it's going to be the first time a Toyota has not won in Britain since Season 1, I think. I don't think. Oh, that's a move for Coulthard, is it? It's going to be very, very no. Now Coulthard's going down the inside at Vale. It's going to continue to move around Club. He's not going to be that easy though, and I think Coulthard's got a very good exit out of Club. He's going to go someone down the inside at Abbey. He is, but is he going to have the right? No, he isn't. Fisichella and Alazi also very, very close. Alazi around Bridge down towards Priory. Heavy braking at Priory. Round Priory down towards Brooklands. One of the tightest corners of the circuit. Now round the field on towards the penultimate lap of the British Grand Prix. Still got a few positions. Coulthard versus Raikkonen, the two Renaults fighting against each other. Montoya and Button fighting against each other, and Panis and Young for the final point. Young has actually gone in ahead of Panis, but that battle's going to enrage until the final corner. Elise is keeping behind Fisichella for now. This is Montoya ahead of Button. There is Button. Down towards Vale. Button sent one down the inside of Montoya. Slight contact it looked like. And Button gets back behind Montoya. Young in 8th place. Panis sends one down the inside of Young. He's going to... Oh, Panis has got a nose in front. That's going to be around the outside of Club. What a move from Olivier Panis. He's done what no one else has been able to do and get a fantastic run off of Club. And he's managed to keep hold of it at Abbey. Button still in 7th. Trying left, trying right, trying to pass Montoya. Alazi still in 5th. Fisichella 4th. Raikkonen is in 3rd. Coulthard 2nd. Down to Cops for the final time. Down towards Maggots and Beckett. Braking heavy. Round Beckett's. Down round Chapel. Flat out Chapel. Down towards the Hanger Straight. Raikkonen has to send one down the inside of Stowe if he's going to have any chance of getting 2nd. Is Raikkonen going to send one down the inside? Yes, he is. Is he going to make the move stick? No, he isn't. Coulthard shuts the door on him. Down towards Vale for the final time. Raikkonen, nope, round. And he's not got a good exit off of Club. Down towards Abbey. All these battling, and we're not looking at the race leader because there's too much battling going on. Round Bridge. Raikkonen going to send one down the inside coming into the final complex. Raikkonen sends one down the inside of Coulthard. Oh, it's slight contact there. They are very lucky to not lose a wheel, but this could be the first time I've been able to say this. Michael Schumacher goes around the final corner in his Ferrari to take victory in the British Grand Prix.
Schumacher.
Ferrari win a race. It's going to be Coulthard holding on to 2nd place.
Coulthard.
Ahead of Raikkonen. That battle's been raging all race. Fisichella finishes.
Third position.
Fisichella finishes in 4th. Alazi in 5th. Button is ahead of Montoya in the end. Who's going to take that final point between Young and I don't even know who the other driver is. Panis. It is going to be Alex Young finishing in 9th place. No, sorry, Panis finishing in 9th place. He managed to overtake Young. And Hill is going to finish in 10th and last. Scoring no point. As we've down into the cool down. I need a cool down after that. Battles galore and drama with 4 separate incidents, including a 4-way incident between Webber, Diniz, Frentzen and Hakkinen. Barrichello, not Hakkinen, Barrichello. Hakkinen retired in a previous accident. But we're back on board. We're on board with down towards Park Fairway with your race winner, Michael Schumacher in the Ferrari. Not been able to say that at all, and it feels brilliant to say. First Ferrari win in the first race of season 4. Hopefully it'll be as dramatic as the rest. Hopefully the rest of the season is as dramatic as this race. We'll go out to the Hungaroring, which has been the scene of many of an accident in the past. And so has the French Grand Prix, which we're going to third. That is going to be mental. 16 race season this season. The final 2 races are going to be special races. We're going to France for an extra long race, and we're going to, obviously, the final season finale, Hockenheim Ring Oval for an extra long race. As we look at the rest of the results, Montoya dropped back. Looked like he was going to finish in 4th place, but dropped back into 7th. Paddock's the unfortunate person to avoid all the incidents, and Hill was the last person to finish. And in a long list of retirements, Alonso, Sato in their own incident, and we have Webber. He was part of the 4-way incident between Webber, Diniz, Barrichello, Frentzen. Mazzacane and Hakkinen was in part of the incident, and Ralf Schumacher and De La Rosa were part of an incident. So there's not much more to say of this race, other than I feel sorry for the Jaguar and Arrow's Bills. Renault don't have much of a build, neither do Jordan, and neither do... there's probably another team that finished both their cars. But that has been the British Grand Prix. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.